Had to bring the show to a complete halt because you attacked me.
Hello and welcome to another Woodshop podcast.
With
Mike Coffey of Coffee Custom Builds, Daniel Dunlap of Daniel Dunlap Woodworks, Peter Kapar of Petrie's Workshop.
Yeah, that was the real
You can
problem
find
with
us
last
all,
week's episode.
as well as the podcast on Instagram and YouTube.
Sounds like we're recording in a Mr. Coffee can.
Welcome to episode 61 of another Woodshop podcast where we eat, we pray, we Trailboss. Dan, what's going on, Dan?
That's good.
You good?
That was good.
You taking a little sip there? Spitting up?
Why don't you?
All right. Speaking of spitting hot rhymes, Mike.
Our sponsor is MIRKA. I say today I'm dropping sweet rhymes, and I'm here to say thanks, MIRKA, for sponsoring this week's episode.
That was so good.
I'm basically Buster Rhymes.
Oh, 8 out of 4, dude. 8 out of 4.
No, big thank you to MIRKA for sponsoring this week's episode. They've been a longtime partner of this podcast. We really appreciate them. We love their tools. You know that. We, I don't want to say we invented MIRKA, but we basically invented MIRKA. No, we didn't. They're great tools. We love their tools. I know that's a very much a lie. Obviously,
without them,
there would be no MIRKA.
It would be just a MIRKA without a podcast sponsorship.
Right, without a low-level podcast sponsorship. Well, no, big thanks to MIRKA for sponsoring this week's episode and many other episodes. They are a really great partner of the show. We really appreciate them. We really do love their sanders. They have really fantastic sanders. I was doing a lot of sanding before I went to Dan's house last week, and
it showed.
I sometimes still get blown away at how good those tools are. Sometimes you run into an issue where you really need a good sander, and that's a good sander. So it really
all about that dustless sanding, man.
All about the dustless sanding for sure. Outside of our sponsor, we have some other people supporting our podcast, and that is our patrons. Pete, why don't you talk about Patreon?
Our patrons are amazing. They're the reason that we can do this.
You have to rap about it.
What's up? Oh, I have to rap about it.
You have to rap about it.
Yo, check it. Check it.
Okay, no, never mind.
Oh, he's choking. No, huge shout out to our patrons. They allow us to do what we do. They're the everyday sponsor. You guys help us bring the show every week, bring you some of the behind the scenes content. And if you want to get your stuff early, if you want to get that podcast next day after our live and get the live pre-show, or won't be live at that point, but get the pre-show and the video of the show early as well. That drops on Saturday, Sunday. Make sure to sign up on patreon.com. Or if you just want to support the show, there's a $2 tier. It just says like, hey, like what you guys are doing. Here's a little tip. I love you. Keep on doing what you're doing. And we had a couple of people do that this week, right? Mike?
Yeah, we did. We had some new members of the family there. We had Graham Baird, who was in Omaha last weekend at Dan's house. That was so great to meet all those people out there. So
good dude.
Good dude for sure. And also DeRohan made. Oh, DeRohan isn't that Robert DeRohan? Didn't he win something? Is that right?
Okay. Japanese pole saws. We need to get those to him.
Right.
Nice.
That's right. Dan. Anyway, big thanks to Graham and Robert, right? Robert DeRohan. So big thank you to them for joining the AWP Patreon family. So with that being said, we do a little segment at this point, and I can't remember the name of it, and I just wish Dan would sing it. Okay, that was good. We nailed that. That's so good, Dan. Your singing gets better every week, especially when I actually put it in the show. Dan,
this week you don't have to cut him out.
Yeah. Dan, what was on your bench this week?
A lot of MDF.
I just want to interrupt. Hold on. Are we on a post meetup? Like, are we coming down from the post meetup high? Is that what's going on right now?
I really think so.
The energy is I think we're all bummed out. We're not being able to do this live with each other, right?
I feel
is that what it is?
I don't feel right that I can't touch you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
You can't come
weird.
Smell us while we're sleeping.
Show me your belly button.
It's like a little bowl of
Smell-o-zoom. Smell-o-vision.
Two dragons.
All right, so
all right, sorry.
On my bench, I'm still working on the basement build out. Clearly, I'm not the fastest woodworker anywhere, really, ever. but I'm still working on the basement build out. I'm building the Murphy doors out of MDF. Somebody kill me. But I made
MDF will.
Yeah, it really will. I made a boo-boo. I made them too wide. I thought I would beef up one side to put the hinges on, and then I changed my mind, and I was gonna do like a different hinge, and it didn't need the beef.
The beef didn't need the beef.
Smell the beef. Smell the beef.
Bring the
So
beef.
I didn't need to beef up the one side for the hinge.
I saw you do the math, by the way. That was great for a math
How'd you
guy.
like that? I'm the math guy. So after I thought about it, I was like, oh gosh, this isn't gonna work anyway. So I had to like take off this piece that I laminated onto the side, and it became like this whole saga on my Instagram stories. I could have taken off the side that I laminated on several ways. I could have put it through my table saw. I could have put it through the bandsaw with some help. But me, being the smart guy that I am, I decided to route it off bit by bit.
Yeah.
I swear.
That's a lot of MDF dust, man.
I swear when we were talking about it on Instagram the day before yesterday, I had said to do this table saw thing. I swear that I had told you that but I went back. He doesn't want you to be right. I straight no, this isn't about right.
I don't see it.
I swear I told him that. And I looked back.
You never hit send?
I didn't tell him that. No, I didn't.
You could have saved me so much time, Mike.
I know. I didn't even. I'm so sorry.
But
I thought I said it.
So like the struggles didn't end there. I had to use my Milwaukee battery powered.
Use a chisel for the whole thing.
Well, I
started using the chisel, and that was a bad idea because MDF just rips like paper. The bond was way too strong for the MDF, so I'm gonna have to do some Bondo fixing here after I get done sanding. But anyways, what was I gonna say?
You could have done it many different ways. The saga routing.
Yeah,
you chose wrong.
Woodworking.
Yeah,
you're very slow.
Aldi's, Casey's Pizza.
Come and go.
Come and go.
I forget what I was gonna say. These guys, I don't know.
I'm sorry. You were gonna. Oh, you were doing it with the router, and then Satcom was taken down.
Yep.
Oh, North Korea bombed us. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's a Chinese rocket that's coming down from orbit.
You guys are not helping me one bit.
This is not. Anyway, how'd you fix the door? What'd you do?
I used the router, and I routed the whole dang thing off 6 inches by 84 inches.
This is not
of MDF dust.
This is not.
I don't even want to see the inside of your vacuum.
I can't wrap my head around how that was the only option that came to your mind.
Because that thing is dang heavy, and I didn't want to like lift it up on my table saw by myself or my bandsaw for that matter. The bandsaw table is way smaller.
I recommended the bandsaw
because you'd have to do. You'd have to be referencing against the fence for that inside. Right. That would be really.
I couldn't like reference the good side and cut the bad side because the table's not that big.
It wouldn't fit.
Right.
But with the table saw, it sure would work.
If you cut it at the full depth, and then you'd have to flip it over.
You have to rotate it over the top. Yeah.
This door is like 150 pounds. I mean, it's
not that heavy. Your nieces almost knocked it over barely.
Oh, please. It's because I had it balancing.
Remember when I called your brother the wrong name? That was fun.
Oh, John is great. John's such a nice
John
Roush.
Dunlap. Oh, John Roush. Yeah.
John Tom. It's John Tom. It's like Mary Kate. You gotta say both.
I forget what I was gonna say. Anyway.
Also, give your nieces a shout out, dude. You missed it on a live.
Oh, I wanna give a huge shout out to my nieces, Ariana and Scarlett. They think I'm kind of famous, so
girls
what's
are dope.
up, girls?
You gotta do this because you said the truth. Yep. See, Grandpa Dan knows what he's talking about.
What's going on here?
Me either.
No, don't do that one.
Also, what's going on is so like we had talked about, and if you watched last week's show, you know that we were all hanging out together last weekend at my place. Yeah. We had a big maker meetup. There was a bunch of people here. We had a hell of a good time.
That's definitely a part of what's on my bench because I mean we did the show before the maker meetup. Yeah. So
let's talk about that.
We had a great time. We had a bunch of people show up locally, and there were people that drove in. Nifty Nick Designs drove in from Madison, Wisconsin. Steve from Making It at Home drove in from Des Moines, Iowa. Michael Bauer and his wife drove in from Springfield, Missouri. I think he's from Willow Lane Woodshop. And
is that Willow Lane Woodshop?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I don't know how I didn't put that together.
Come on.
Sorry,
Mike.
Michael.
Everybody knows that.
Nick Brim drove over from the other block.
Nick Brim drove around the block.
Yep.
Nick rode his stump over.
Nick lives so close that
The
he was
paddle.
getting residual Wi-Fi from his house that was as strong as Dan's Wi-Fi.
That is true.
You guys can hate on my Wi-Fi when it's your turn to talk.
So bad.
Okay.
Come over in my house and touch my internet.
So
It happens.
along with that, my buddy Aaron from Ingrained Wood from right here in Omaha, he really hooked it up. He made 17 pounds of smoked pulled pork.
So much.
It was so good too. So good. He saved me a bowl of the fat. I ate that for 2 days.
Oh.
Yep.
So
You can only
gross.
imagine.
Why?
I don't have to imagine. I've seen you
Why would you eat the fat?
eat.
Because the fat is the best part. It's where all the
It's the-
flavor's at, baby.
Oh.
You don't throw away the fat.
You're eating meat wrong.
No, I'm not. You eat the fat.
Mm.
The fat is the best part. Fight me.
Please write into anotherwoodshop.podcast@gmail.com for your opinions on
It's
eating
poll
fat.
time.
So anyways, Aaron really hooked it up. Not only with meat, but he got a bunch of sweet giveaway items. We gave away a bunch
really
of stuff.
did.
This was like a Menards themed get together. It was so cool.
Menards hit us up.
He bought me a Menards vest that I wore during the pre-show. So after you get done listening to this, go watch the pre-show on YouTube. You can see me wearing that vest. It's really ridiculous. We had Menards giveaways, koozies and pencil holders and pencils and all kinds of stuff. It was a really great time. And then there were a couple sawmills that donated slabs that we gave away. We gave away one little slab that was like a little bigger than a charcuterie board, but it was still a nice little
It
slab.
was like a big serving tray.
It's a huge
Yeah, it
serving
was
tray. It was
cool.
like 6
Yeah,
quarter.
It was cool.
Like a
cool.
really,
And,
really small table.
We gave that away. And then another local mill gave away a 5-foot by 24-inch 6-quarter walnut slab. And we raffled that off. Actually, I shouldn't say give it away. We raffled that off, and we ended up getting like $590. And all that money went to the Nebraska Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Make-A-Wish,
So,
that's right.
it
I
was
was
super
thinking
awesome.
that's right.
So huge shout out to Dan's Custom Sawmill.
Can I get my
and
receipt?
The
Can I
rustic,
get my tag? Yeah.
the
donation.
the rustic lumber store right here in Nebraska. So
Yeah, for sure. It was cool.
oh, and,
meeting that
and
guy.
on top of all that, Mike and Pete were here to help me set up my CNC, and it's set up. It's ready to go.
Yeah, you had a heck of a week, man. You made it sound like you
Yeah.
had everything going on.
I'm making files. I'm doing the thing, and I guess I guess I did have an eventful week.
You were doing a good job. I'm proud of you for I know Pete's gonna say the same. I'm proud of you for getting up and running on that CNC.
Well,
thought for
I
sure
paid a
that
lot
thing
of
was
money
gonna
for
turn
that
into a
CNC.
cobweb
It's not
nest
like
and would never get used.
I paid money
me
for
and
that
Pete had a
CNC.
lot of
It's
money.
not like somebody sent it to me. I paid money for that.
I
so
know once it
gotta-
was like set
the
up, he was
value out of it.
definitely going to be like hitting the ground running. Like,
That's not what your bet says.
oh, my bet
He had a
says
lot
that
over
it
under
would
on
sit in a
October
box,
14th.
but then we flew out, so we have to adjust the bet.
All right.
Why do you think I was setting it up the first night when it landed?
Stop making jokes. Making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun
No,
of
we're not. You got to set up good.
your
We're making fun of
CNC.
Mike,
your reputation.
I want to hear about your week.
I was at Dan's house. It was. Me, Dan and Pete, we joke, and we have a really tight relationship here. It was really nice seeing them. I'm also an introvert a bit. I don't like big crowds for a long time. So the meetup was so cool. Everyone was so nice. You get worried about those things, meeting people you never met before on the internet.
You get
You
worried
know,
about those
just-
things.
People
I
who
don't.
have rational decision-making processes worry about meeting internet strangers usually. And no, it was,
I have
but
an
everyone
attack
was
dog.
super, everyone is super. Matt's
You mean
down
an
here,
attack
over,
cat?
rolling on his back. Yeah, no, everyone was super nice. It was super cool. It was just really good time. It was very tiring. I didn't sleep very well at Dan's, but it's because we were having a good time and hanging out and just partying and stuff. So it was a good time. And then got home. I missed my family a ton. Spent a lot of time Sunday with them. Got some things wrapped up. Kind of planned the delivery of that herringbone table I've been working on since late 2017, and I got that thing. got that thing delivered. Oh God, Luna. Oh God, got that thing delivered. She's
Big dog farts.
yeah. This is she's like, she laid right here and she's
Say the
really got
word.
business. Hobo turds. So she
Whoa, our hobo listeners are gonna be really
our
offended.
hobo base is out.
Hobo base is out.
No. Got that delivered Tuesday. They love that table. They sent me a video of their kid like seeing it for the first time and just like losing his mind. It was super cool. They were really, really excited about it.
Aren't they going to put like some sort of display in there?
No, that's Pete's. You're thinking about Pete's. They're putting the Millennium Falcon in that one.
Let me get to it.
I'm sorry. I thought that was yours too.
Mine is just a herringbone table that they're going to use as a family coffee table.
Oh,
and when you're making it, it takes a 4x4 4 foot by 4 foot coffee table is a big coffee table.
Yeah,
and when you're making it, it's a big coffee table. But when you put it in someone's home, I was like, this is a huge table. Like, you kind of get wrapped up in what it is, but then you see it in someone's home, you're like, wow, this is a huge space.
Honestly, I feel like that would be a great gaming table, like to sit around on a couch.
The size of that table, honestly, I really like it a lot. I mean, we really wanted to get a sectional whenever we buy a new house and whenever we get stuff figured out. We really want a big sectional, and we really want a big coffee table like that. I mean, like we have that coffee table that we have now, that walnut one that I made. I think what's going to end up happening is that's going to end up going somewhere else. I want to make a big coffee table like that. Cause like Pete just said, be great for when people are over playing games on there. It's just a big, cool thing.
You're getting a sectional?
I want to get a sectional for sure.
I've got an idea for you. Let me tell you.
Okay. You want to do this now?
Dan,
I'm fine with it.
Is it a U-shaped table?
Yeah, it's the
Are you trying to show? Oh, you're that table. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for sure. I for sure want to do that.
Patent pending.
I thought you were gonna tell me like a cool way to build a sectional out of wood or something. No, you're just trying to sell me on your table. Okay.
No, buy the sectional.
So that family, I'm actually making a dining table for them, and that's gonna be I'm working on that now. It's a teak butcher block dining table, and then a matching bench, which I started on this week. Well, I cut off because I'm going to be spraying. I'm giving them a few options of the finish. They want a really clear finish on the teak. They don't want it to change much color. So I'm going to be setting up like a swatch. Essentially, I'm going to be taping off some of it and putting different finishes on different sides, so that they can see what they want for the finish, and I'll run them the thing and let them decide that. So I'm working on that, but I'm also working on this table. I'm doing this live edge elm table for my dad and my stepmom for their new place that they got out in Montana. I'm hoping to have that done by the end of the month because he's driving out there and he wants to take it with him. If the timing doesn't work out, it's not a huge deal, but I'm trying to get that done by the end of the month, which really shouldn't take too long. I just got to do, it's a pretty clear piece of wood. Actually, there's not a whole lot of checking in it. It needs some epoxy filling. I'm going to be putting a couple bow ties in it with epoxy because I kind of feel like epoxy. I'm really interested to see where some of these epoxy river tables end up in the next like 5-10 years. I feel like that epoxy is going to start coming off the wood at some point. So I'm going to do some bow ties at the checking, but I'm also going to fill it with epoxy. The bow ties will be what holds it together. And a bench. And then I've got that big job I talked about. I spoke with the project manager for that this week. I've actually had a really busy week now that I start to get into the meat and potatoes of it. I started talking to them. I'm actually going to pick up the 2 slabs for the big waterfall table this weekend, which is gonna be cool. Going to get going on that. So I got a lot going. And then this weekend, I brought home one of our workshop trucks because I'm going to be doing a bunch of dump runs this weekend and kind of cleaning up stuff around the house, getting things kind of cleaned up around here, just kind of do some spring cleaning. We're trying to just kind of get rid of some things around here, just kind of clean up. So, and then let's see. Oh, I've got a local customer. He referred to me through my CPA. He had some walnut slabs, and this kind of plays into a question someone has. He had some walnut logs, some mini logs. They're like 24 inches to 30 inches long, and he wanted me to slab them. So I thought I had a bandsaw jig to do that. I'm almost certain I made a bandsaw jig for this because I'm pretty sure one of my very first Instagram posts is me slabbing up wood on that, but I can't find the jig. So I made a new one last night, and I cut those into these mini slabs. And I think someone's question is, I can't remember who it was, is about what to do with these mini slabs.
Oh, spoilers.
And, yeah. I mean, but I'll go into it during the question. I won't spoil the really fire call, but it's no, I mean, it is a good question because I asked the customer, I was like, how thick do you want these? And he's like, oh, I don't know, just whatever thickness you think I need. Yeah, thick. He has like thick,
Like log thick.
Yeah,
they're done.
So he's like, I don't
In
really
half.
know. Yeah, he's like, I don't really know what I'm going to use them for. I'm like, well, I mean, then why have me? I mean, he didn't have a plan, so I mean, this
Use
guy's
them for
paying
much,
me.
dude.
They're small. Like, the only thing I can think of is cutting boards, and that's going to go into the question. I don't want to spoil it, but like, there's not a lot. Like a floating shelf, maybe. I mean, so I did everything at 1.5 inches. I mean, and then it's going to have to get milled too. So
I got it.
It's just kind of
Live edge firewood.
Boom, perfect.
Boom.
Pete nailed it.
$1 million idea.
And then couple of quick updates. I got a call from my vendor for my HDPE because I placed an order a week and a half ago. First, I needed 2 more sheets of HDPE because I only have one of the Imperial conversion charts left, and they informed me
those two-tone charts that you make.
Yeah, the 2-tone Imperial. I only have one left, and they informed me that they can't get a hold of any HDPE until the 3rd week in June. So, depending on, I've got a lot of stuff going on in June and July. I might not have these Imperial conversion charts available for like a quarter. I mean, it might be 3 months before I can make them again. I got way too much stuff going on right now. I can't go into a lot of that. But
fine, I'll do it. I'll see if they have it locally. I'll do them for you.
I literally have. I'll take all the profits.
I'll keep your logo on them.
You're gonna be licensing my product. I mean, I have one left, so that's gonna be gone quick. Those things sell pretty fast. And then also, kind of a sales pitch for me. I'm running a sale on my Etsy store for my MDF templates. They're all 15% off, so they get shipped to you for like $29 and some change. And that's going through my birthday, which is June 2nd. There's also another plug for my coffee. Pete, what's on your bench?
So subtle, Mike.
I know. I had to choose them. You know how you have to choose an end date for those things? I was like, oh, my birthday. I'll just choose my birthday. So it's like, I think the code's like birthday 15 or something like that.
Yeah. Best
Mike's
gift
the kind of guy
Mike.
that would call you and go, oh, happy birthday. And you'd be like, that's not my birthday. And you're like, oh, I thought we had the same birthday. Weird.
I literally would never do that ever. That's not the kind of guy I am.
It's like, when's your birthday?
That is some straight up Dan Dunlap projecting.
Like, answer. When's your birthday?
What, mine?
He's not playing along with
Oh,
the
June 2nd. June 2nd,
like whatever the person says, go, oh, small world. And then you say your date, and it makes no sense.
Oh, mine's June 2nd. What a small world. I also have a birthday.
I mean, I can't do it with you because mine's May 24th, so actually close. But
that's so funny. Yeah. That's so close.
You're actually, you're a day after our closing. You're on my calendar, Mike.
Day after closing day. That's the only important thing on that date.
2 days before the day after.
I don't have a
closing.
birthday.
Dan was in a test tube. Test tube, baby.
He was born of MDF.
MDF. He's part man, part MDF. We have the technology, but we're trying to save a lot of money. Anyways,
$6 million MDF man.
$4,800 man.
$4,800.
We could do a
son-in-law. Guy with
That's
the
so
double
dumb.
knee braces walking down. Poor bastard.
Oh my god, what is
Inside
happening?
jokes.
Anyways, for my week, I hung out with my 2 best buddies, Dan and Emma, and Mike was there too in Nebraska. It was great. Love you, Mike.
I'm glad you guys had such a good time, Pete.
No, she had a blast. I loved hanging out with you guys.
Nice.
Honestly, we proved, if you watched the pre-show last week, and please watch it, don't listen to it. Go on YouTube, watch the pre-show, because you just see the chemistry that we have all the time.
Sexual tension.
Raw sexual tension. There's no tension. The raw sexualness out in the open on a table. But there is, man, when we're in person together, there's a lot of laughter. Like, you think these pre-shows are a riot, having us in the same room is out of control. So had a blast with that.
It's basically like an hour of me not being able to breathe.
Yeah. There's a lot of, and me constantly being like, are you joking?
And yeah, you trying to give him the Heimlich?
I hugged Dan a lot that weekend, a lot. Volunteering and involuntary. Aside from that, the meetup was dope. It blows my mind that people are willing to drive so far to see us. Because, I mean, we're incredible. Have you met us? but also we're just 3 dudes. Like, come on. But our community is awesome, and being able to meet them, not a single murderer. Like, guys,
I mean, they had the
Almost no
opportunity. We
murders.
had a giant hammer.
they had so many opportunities, and we're all alive. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you for that. And it was also hella fun. Aaron, I know we all said it already, but dude, thank you for, doing all the giveaway, the
He
smoking,
did so much.
the butts, the shoulders. When you finish in the bathroom, do you wipe your shoulder? That killed me last week. That was a whole blast, and it was very sad to come back home, but got back home, and I basically have not wanted to go into my shop. I've had so much stuff to catch up on because, I mean, being away for 4 days, Mike, you have even more stuff going on than I do. It's just like you feel like you have to play catch up for the whole entire week. So I was dealing with a lot of stuff. Yeah. Well,
sorry. Yeah.
No, it's all good. No, I don't mean disrespect. But yeah, it's just been a crazy week.
No English. No English.
So I barely got into the shop. But one of the other reasons that I haven't really gone into the shop is, and I hate to steal Mike's answer for the last couple of weeks, but stupid ash coffee table on my workbench. Like, this thing, it's a cool build. It's fun. But the thing is, I'm building it with a buddy, and it was like a gift from his wife for me to help him build it. So like, she paid me for my time in a way, but let's just say this, it's definitely a much bigger project than what the original cost was. And it's turned into essentially a custom ash coffee table commission at a heavy discount.
Herringbone top 4x4.
What's up?
Herringbone top 4x4.
No, it's actually a herringbone shelf on the bottom, but it's mitered cornered frame for specific type of glass. And it's just the thing that annoys me. Like, I go into my shop and it's filled with parts for this table, and he doesn't want me to finish assembling it because he wants to work on it with me, which I appreciate. But also, I have no room. I'm moving. There's boxes everywhere. I'm trying to get a bunch of other projects knocked out, and this is just taking up space. And you guys, well, you haven't seen my shop in person, but it's small. So I'm running out of space. And honestly, the shop was like annoying me with that. So I worked on a couple little things. I started packing some items that I don't use regularly, and slowly starting to wrap that up because I want to clean up the shop. I actually want to do a tour video. So I started writing a script for that. And I started writing a script for doing another laser video as well. Because I realized that if I have a script, it actually helps me really focus on what I need to shoot. And it's a little less intense. Aside from that, we celebrated a major holiday right coming off the high of Arbor Day and that small meetup we had. Went right into Emma's birthday. It was her 9th anniversary of turning 21. Really proud of her. She's 30. She's okay. She's
math guy.
Birthday,
I knew
Emma.
that.
Okay, yep. And I got a couple gifts for her. I got her a Cricut Maker. So we got another robot in the house. This one, if no one's familiar, or if someone's not familiar with it, it's a vinyl, paper, and like fabric and some metal cutter. It cuts very thin sheets of metal. You can do embossing with it. You can do all kinds of fancy stuff. Anyways, that was my way of trying to get her into like the maker space a little more. She's already very interested. She loves the laser. And I figured this is something she can do in the house and not have to come out in the shop because she's always cold, Florida girl. Yeah. And aside from that, I don't know if you guys, anyone watching a video right now might notice that I'm very well lit. And the reason I'm so lit, that's what the kids say, is because I also got a set of lights.
No, I was checking my pulse to make sure I wasn't dead.
Yeah. Because that joke kills. Call me ethnic sandwich because that joke kills.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Anyways, I got a set of lights for recording. So Emma's she does a lot of Zooms every single week for her side gig. And she started recording a lot of YouTube videos. And we have atrocious lighting inside our place right now. Hopefully better in the next place. But to mitigate that, I found some really good lights, got some recommendations off of a couple of photographer buddies of mine. Thanks, Dan.
Ask me.
Yeah. I didn't ask Dan, actually. But you're more of a flash guy. I was talking to like videographers and stuff.
Sure.
I apologize. So I got these cool lights. They like this brightness right now is at 12% of the light. And we got 2 of them, and this is just one. So we're going to be well lit. And it was like half selfish because obviously I want her to have something for her channel, but anytime she's not using it, I could use it if I ever need to for my videos or try to spotlight an area or something. So that's exciting. We got some new equipment in the house. Had a big busy week. Oh, and anyone watching the video, you might notice this empty space behind me. My printer broke, so I am currently. Yeah, not bad. It's just the thermistor. It's called. It's the
Repeat.
Thermistor.
The Mr.
The Mr.
band
Mr.
from the 80s.
The thermostat is fine. The thermistor broke. It's having some
You can't just make stuff up, Pete.
temperature dysfunction. TD.
The thermobile Guyber broke.
No, but the thermistor is basically it's a temperature sensor. The bed would not know what temperature it is. It would freak out and stop. So I lost a bunch of prints and I was like, all right, screw it. But luckily I have the spare parts.
You had stuff on it?
Yeah, one was 9 hours into a 12-hour print. I woke up to the machine being like, hey, mid-temp bed error.
You're making a tiny Lego guy?
Yeah, tiny Lego guy, 12 hours.
I don't know how long things take.
Now I was doing like a full bed of tool holders, but it is what it is. The other one's still good. Not only that, I ordered a third one.
Oh, you did?
I'm gonna have a third one coming in, the full size, and I'm actually selling one of my minis and keeping the other one. The minis aren't quite the capacity that I really want. I want to be printing full beds. They're fantastic printers, but they can't handle the volume I really want to get out of them. So I'm selling one of them to actually a semi-local guy.
I would have bought one.
Oh, too late. Also,
why did you say something?
Oh,
you got to speak up, Mike.
Yeah, speak up. I can't hear you. Sold it to Josh from North Country Woodworking. He was looking for a new printer, and I'm like, dude, I'm actually selling one of these, and I'm gonna keep the other one for myself because I still love it. You have enough freaking hobbies. Next house, next shop, I'll fly out, help you set it up. You'll be good. But yeah, that's it. So I'm fixing that up. I guess I thought I had not a lot of stuff, but I got a lot of stuff going on. And the last annoying thing is, okay, and I need to ask you guys this because I kind of alluded to this earlier, but like, thank you, Dan.
7.5.
Okay, well, like he's honest. He's honest. Okay.
8.2.
We're supposed to close on the house June 1st. It is roughly maybe 3.5 weeks out from that date. We're hoping to get a final like, hey, are we closing that day? And they're like, well, they're basically like both our lawyer and our realtor are both like seem confused by the fact that we're like pushy on the closing date. And we're like, we want to know if we need to start packing. And they're like, well,
start packing.
Yeah, well, because here's the thing. We, in our offer, had a contingency where if they couldn't find a place to live and needed to extend the closing, they could push it out actually all the way up to 60 days because that's the market we live in. It's freaking crazy. But they haven't exercised that, but they also haven't locked down the date. So we're just like,
well, I guess,
can you guys give us a ballpark? I have sponsors waiting to send me something. I have that I don't want to have delivered here and then have to truck it over there. I have contractors standing by. I have cleaners standing by. I have flooring order standing by with all tentative dates. And they were like, hey, so are you good for that date? It's 3 weeks out. I'm like, can't tell them. Anyways, that's my rant. Mike, I feel like you want to say something.
Well, I was saying you have to move out, but you don't actually have to move out of your place.
We don't.
So
we're not in a rush, but it's like it's all those other things, like all these things that are just
those other things for sure. You want to be able to.
I also
want to set dates to things.
I took vacation. I have an electrician on standby for my shop.
Lee Oman.
Yeah,
come on,
Loman.
He'll be all right.
Lee Oman from Regal Street. Like all these
He's
things that are right now. Like it would also work for you guys to come out maybe late June, out to my place, but not later in the summer. Don't that be okay?
Whenever it works, we'll make it work.
Dude, your lights flickered. Yeah, that was bad.
Like a power surge.
So like,
yeah, that's
we're basically we're just like, hey, can we get like a commitment? Because if it is another month, that's fine. But tell me July 1st. And that's when we're signing. So I like know because I want to pack up my stuff. And the only stuff that's left to like really pack is stuff that we use daily. So like, yo,
toothbrush.
What's up? Toothbrush. Also, and this I'm gonna use my influence of the podcast just like Mike did, but in a different way. I asked this question. I got a lot of really good feedback. We were gonna go hardwood floors. We're like, you know what? Let's do it right. We have the money saved. Let's get hardwood floors throughout the whole first floor. Like 80% of the people were like, no, get the vinyl,
The
like
vinyl plank.
luxury
Yeah,
vinyl
for
plank.
sure.
LVP.
Yeah, you
Everyone's
don't-
saying that. I'm like, what? Wait, I thought hardwood was like lab of luxury, leather bound books, hardwood floors.
No,
And they're like, no,
Oh, it's nice, but the vinyl plank nowadays looks like real. I mean, you
it's
came to our house. That's a vinyl
fantastic.
plank.
That's
It's
what
got
I'm
a
saying.
lifetime warranty,
I gotta say, like, I
cleans
and it's
was
almost
not expecting that to happen.
indestructible.
So I would love to hear if someone has an opinion. Shoot me a message if you haven't yet. We also
Doesn't
talked to
matter.
Mark at the
You're good.
meetup. Mark sent me some really good, gave me some really good info because he's a floor installer. So big shout out to Mark.
You
And
forgot something. You forgot something. I'm gonna cut you off. You forgot something.
Well, yeah.
When you were talking about Emma's birthday, you got her something that you did not bring up. You got her some of the nicest and freshest gas station sushi. Remember? We talked about this in the pre-show.
Yeah. 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 Sure. Let's.
You guys hear the brakes?
Let
Full stop on the show.
me go click the Cricut button. Yeah, it's yeah. If you want to learn
jeez.
about
The
gas
Pete
station
Dyer
sushi,
I think
Blank.
he froze
the
with a
pre-show.
look of disappointment.
Oh, and if
That's the most-
anyone is
he's-
interested, oh, my internet is unstable. What the hell? Am I good?
No,
Am I
you're
good? Okay.
You're good now.
Froze for a
You
second.
had you were frozen with the biggest face of disappointment ever. You're like,
But one last thing, and I'll do a shameless plug. If anyone wants the wasteboard file and the flattening file for
Sell that.
the Onefinity, which also would work on a Poco, hit me up because I will be listing them on my Etsy this week. So
oh yeah, I
Weekends.
should probably mention my thing I'm working on.
I have like a
I'm
whole
making
list.
build plans for a mallet.
Get out of here
That's
with
my
that.
favorite thing
I
to
know
bring up
it's
for Dan.
real, but get out of here with that.
I had
Don't-
people ask. I'm gonna
Don't
make
talk
the
to me
most
until you sell
intricate.
HDPE templates. That's what I want. For
I'm
that.
gonna
People, I have people asking for build plans for that little table I made for the sectional.
3
You mean
pieces
the
of
three
wood.
pieces of wood, finger jointed together.
You
How
wanna go
big is
crazy?
it? Well,
Through drill.
it doesn't
It doesn't
matter. How
matter.
big's your couch?
How big's your couch? Yeah, people are crazy. And anyway, I'm also gonna offer templates for the mallets too. Legit, I gotta do it. I gotta go all in on it now. I gotta be fun with it. I wanted to throw you guys a curveball because we don't have a lot of questions. And if you don't want to do it, I can edit this part out.
Nope, we're doing it.
I
Sight
want,
unseen,
and
we're
we were
doing
going to
it.
talk about this before, but what do you guys? We're already almost halfway through the year, but what are you the most excited about for this year? I wanted to have like a topic conversation. We don't do this very often, so
Start
Dan,
with
I'm gonna
Dan.
I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
it to Dan. Unless you guys want to, unless
No,
you
no,
want to
no.
go first, Dan.
No, I'm
Dan,
super.
go
I'm
Dan.
super excited about getting together with people and meeting with people and seeing people face to face and hanging out and
Making out.
making out. And workbench con and maker fairs and stuff like that, in-person things. I'm so excited about that. It's happening. It's happening. We just got the email today from Workbench Con. They already got dates and a place, and that's 2022, but still it's happening. I'm so excited for that this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Feels like we're getting back to a little bit of normalcy,
Yep, I agree 100%. Is that the only thing you're excited about?
That's it. Nothing else really excites me.
Okay, well, I mean, it's a lot. It's good. It's exciting. I'll go now since Pete quit the podcast just now. I think he had to go to the restroom. I probably should have thought about
gas
this morning,
station
'cause I didn't
sushi, probably. Sorry.
Yeah, got to a week later. No, I'm really excited. I mean, there's a lot of changes happening with my business. There's a lot of changes just kind of in life going on right now, but I'm really excited, like Dan said, just to get out and see people again. I'm really excited to just, it's hard to, I can't say a lot of things. I'm really excited
Say it
about
without
just
crying.
growth.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm really excited about growth and change and just things moving forward. And, I guess I can say this. I've mentioned it before, but,
You pretty much let it out of the bag last week when we were.
Right. I can talk about that. I mean,
talk about
I
it.
kind of had the conversation about going full time. It's wild. It's starting to actually, it looks like, June 1st is really going to be the date where I'm full time, which is wild. I'm just really excited about all that, all the change. It's scary, but it's going to be really cool. I'm really pumped about, just growing and getting my business going. I'm really just so excited about it, guys. It's hard to put into words how excited I am about it. I mean, it's going to be a lot of work, but man, I've never shied away from work. I really don't mind working. And I'm just really excited to like make something that's mine and have it be mine. So, but outside of that, I'm really excited about what Dan said, seeing people, getting out, traveling for my business, traveling for the podcast, traveling for my content, traveling and building new relationships this year, being able to find a new balance in my time. I have no balance right now, and it's really hard, and I'm really tired a lot. Boren, Dan, and Pete, they're both surfing. No, I'm joking. No,
I'm putting in notes.
I'm totally joking. There's just a lot this year. I know
Somebody's outside.
Is he mad? Oh, is
Somebody's
he?
outside. Keep talking. I'm gonna go check.
Yeah. I just really can't wait to figure out what my like new schedule is going to be, because I've been running this schedule that I've been on for over a year now. Well, I would say about a year now, and it's really hard. Like it's really hard. I'm really tired. I'm working
I get tired from you telling me about your days.
Yeah, it's hard, and it's really hard on my family. Oh, my family takes it with stride, and I do make time for them. I mean, that's the one thing that's also adds to, and I don't want to say like it's a burden, because it's not. Like, I need to make time for them, and it's a pleasure to make time for them. But making time for all the things has been really hard, and I'm just really looking forward to what the new normal is going to be. I know I'm still going to be working a lot, but I'm going to be able to like the idea of maybe only working one day on the weekend sounds amazing, instead of working 7 days straight for a year. I rarely get to take a day off, but like being able to take like Sundays off and just have family day with my family sounds amazing. And I really miss making content. Like the last 4 months since the beginning of the year, I haven't been able to make any content. I mean, I for Instagram, but like I really miss making YouTube videos is what I should say. I really enjoy making YouTube videos, and I haven't been able to, and really I can't spend any time on it right now because I just got way too much stuff going on.
Just thinking about that today. I was thinking about myself and trying to get more videos out. I'm like, yeah, I want to like get up there, like how many videos Mike has. And then I thought, like, when's the last time I saw Mike's video? Because I've been heavy on YouTube. I've stopped watching TV. I just watch YouTube, and I was like, because I was flipping through YouTube, I'm like, damn, where's Mike's videos? So
yeah, I haven't done one in like 3 months. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
So I've got like a pile of them that are ready for me to like edit and make and do, but I just don't have the time. And very realistically, it doesn't pay enough for me to focus on it right now. But when I have more time, I'll be able to focus on it. So I'll take one element of things out of my life, and I'll be able to add a new thing into my life. And I'm hoping to get on a really good, like 1 video a week schedule, and it's going to be good. So, okay.
Timeout. Sorry. Something's going on. He's freaking out. He doesn't do this.
44:37.
I need to go outside and
it's fine. Well, wait a second.
Around and shit. I don't know how long it's going to take. If I don't come back, it's because I've been murdered.
Please don't.
Okay.
Grab a hammer.
Grab a hammer.
Hammer him in the ass.
Come on. Were you here?
Yeah, you've been I gotta say, Mike, I know you say you don't usually burn out, you just like power through it, and you are a fucking machine. Man, I'm so looking forward to not seeing you completely fucking wrecked from your weeks sometimes.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really exhausting.
You'll go hard, and then you'll have like that one day of catch up, like fucks you up. But I'm glad that's almost done.
A month ago, it wasn't. A month ago was the last time I put out a video, and it was a short.
I gotta put some shorts out, man. I keep making them. Actually, what's getting fucking traction? The birthday video I did for Emma. I made a 15-second reel on my woodworking one. Yeah, Instagram? I went completely off brand. I made a woodworking video for Emma, and it's performing as good, if not better, than my regular videos. Not only that, I've had 2 people reach out to me and be like, hey, are you cool if I just copy your style for this video? Like, because it was like a little tribute to her, like literally 15-second thing.
That's funny.
And one of them literally copied it word for word.
Did you hear that noise?
What was that?
From Dan's mic?
What was it?
It sounded like a crashing noise.
Maybe a door closing.
Sorry, they're just gonna copy your thing.
Yeah, well, the one guy like literally copied it word for word, like the words that were on a screen when it was popping up. It was just like a silly little thing. But what fucking made it is I found this picture of Emma in the shop, and she's doing finger guns, and it's money. Hopefully Dan's good. Yeah, this stupid fucking painting video. It just makes me so mad that this trash video is getting so many views. It's at 760K.
That's awesome. Are you getting follows off of it?
I got a nice big ride. Now it's tapering off, so I'm like back to like 30 a day or something.
I'm getting nothing. Everything's so bad right now.
My goal is to hit 40 this year. That's my second half. Well, we'll get to it in a sec. What did Dan say?
I'm really not like getting out and seeing people. Just things going back to normal. I'm really like not stressed about like numbers and stuff right now. I haven't really been stressing about it for a few months. You're also
at a good number where you can like, you're at what, 50K now almost, right?
Almost, but it's, I don't really care about, I've been really just been like, I just really like making content. So I'm going to focus on that. But these numbers are really bad. 25.
But like you got to that tier now where like it's snowballing, not snowballing, but like it's gonna continue no matter what. You can just keep putting out something every day.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't think I'm gonna be able to put out good content until we're moved. Bottom line, like I don't think I'm gonna be able to like do what I was doing for the first year and a half on Instagram. Like since the first of the year, I've been focusing so much on my business. I can't really focus on it. I just don't care as much right now. I just don't care. Like I don't have the passion for it.
All right, sorry about that.
Oddly unmurdered.
Were you hoping I was going to get murdered?
Nick Brim?
No, but we heard a crash.
No, that was. Oh, did you hear a crash?
We heard. I think it was the door closing.
I heard a noise, like a noise crashing sound. What was it?
It might have been me shutting the door.
Yeah.
What was that noise out there? What was Max freaking about?
I don't know. It's gone.
What's that in the window? I'm just joking.
Shadow.
All right, let me.
No, he never does that. I'm sorry. It was odd.
We'll start back up. I don't know where I was.
I'm really sorry.
Was that 44? You said was the thing.
44:37. I'll edit that, but 49 is where I'm going to kick it up here right now.
Hang on. Let me write that down too.
Oh. So yeah, that's I'll find it. It's fine. So yeah, that's I don't really know where I was. We had a little technical issue. There was Max thought there was a
ghost,
a clown outside.
We went over this. Dan's house is haunted.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did we go over this?
Your basement is hella haunted. I was hanging out with ghosts all the whole time we're there.
Were they friendly?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
They're friendly ghosts.
Friendly ghosts.
Casper.
All right. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about. Just I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'm excited about. Business stuff, just getting to my life where I want it to be, figuring out some big important things with my family. I'm really excited to kind of like, in my career, in my life, I've been very fortunate because I really don't mind working hard. Like working hard is something I actually really like, and it can get you pretty decent jobs. And I've had good jobs my whole life. I've always had good jobs, and I've moved up in companies wherever I had jobs. I haven't had a ton of jobs, but anywhere I've worked, I've been very fortunate to have good jobs. But I've never had a passion. Like I've never been like in love with my jobs. And I never as a kid was like, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be an astronaut. I never had any of that. I never had a job where I was like, this is what I'm going to do. And that's not great. Like I've never had that. I didn't find an activity that I loved until I was like 34. And I was woodworking. And I was like, man, it just took over my whole life. And now with the prospect of it being how I provide for my family is kind of overwhelming sometimes. Like it's so exciting and cool. I'm just really, I can't believe it's working. Like, I can't believe it's working. And I really do believe that like, there's this kind of like wave and talk about people who find a hobby and they're always monetizing things. I really think people need to avoid trying to always monetize their hobbies. But I really feel for me, like you need to have things that you can just do that you enjoy. But for me, I really just, it's hard to explain. I really enjoy building a business. I've never done it before. I've never had my own business. And right now,
So like building a business, you could say, is your hobby. It's
almost
what you enjoy doing.
It is what I enjoy. Like the business side of it, I love it so much. I enjoy like networking, getting contacts, establishing those relationships, chasing down a goal, trying to get a job. When you land a job, oh man, that's the best. You know, now I'm learning how to I'm learning how to become a better woodworker. I'm learning how to get better at my craft and this talent and all these skills. I'm really excited about getting better as a woodworker and becoming a more knowledgeable business person. And that's what really excites me for this year. And with me stepping away from the family business is kind of, it's hard on levels that I won't go into in here because it's just a lot. There's a lot of levels and a lot of facets of leaving a family business. But being able to focus on this thing that I've fallen in love with in the last 3 years, it really excites me. So that's where I'm at. I'm just really excited about that. And then the podcast is all a part of it. It's all encompassing. I've got this big old thing of this stuff that is mine. Like the podcast is ours, the three of us, but it's mine and it's yours, Dan, and it's yours, Pete. It's ours. It's our business. Like we don't work for someone else doing this podcast. We work for ourselves. So that's what's really exciting for me is I'm doing things that are mine for the first time in my life.
And that brings me to one of my favorite quotes that I love to tell people. The worst day of working for myself is still better than the best day of working for somebody else.
Yep.
And that's absolutely truth.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. Pete, what are you excited about this year?
I feel like you guys had such epic answers. I'm excited because like the McRib is coming back. The McRib's coming back, and then the PSL finally Starbucks is gonna be open.
Pumpkin spice lattes.
PSLs at Starbucks and write my memoirs. But aside from those two things, I'm super stoked.
Live, laugh, 3D print. Your
Live,
memoir.
laugh in our own house. So and this might sound stupid, but like being a son or being an immigrant myself and like a son of an immigrant family, like we tend to stick together because people rely on each other. There's a very much a reliance
Multi-generational.
there. Yeah. So I had a choice 7 years ago or 8 years ago at this point. I could have moved out into a crappy apartment myself, which I was fully on board with. And my folks would do, buy a small house, whatever, or we buy some bigger house, 2 family or 1.5 family, whatever. And that's what we ended up doing. I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's double down. My folks live upstairs. We live downstairs. It was going to be great. Emma not just entered the picture. We were dating for about 1.5 2 years, got this house. She moved in almost immediately. And almost immediately we started kind of like not running out of space, but like it started being a little constrained. And it was great. We helped out my folks helped out us. I was not in a great space, but because of that, I've been able to like take all these extra steps especially over the last 2 years. And we've been able to like pay off that, buy this house. Hopefully everything's going to go through and we're going to be moving in there. And it's going to be the first time in both of our lives where we're not sharing a wall with someone else, whether that be in the same house or an apartment or something.
Exciting, dude.
And dude, being able to like work late into, you guys know me, I work into the night because that's where I'm prime. That's when I actually get all my work done. So being able to get in a shop and work, not crazy hours, like burn myself out, but just the hours that I want to work and being able to make noise anytime I want, set up a set and record something and come back 2 days later and know it's in the exact same spot and no one's touched it. I am stupid stoked. And I am very much like Dan. I love hosting. I love having people over, having them stay over. I am like, you're moving too. You got your own thing that's going to be happening soon, but I really want both you guys here at some point because I'm just super stoked to have you over, do a meetup. I'll probably do one at my house too. Cause I'm
moving in.
Yeah. Dan's moving in.
I haven't told Kayla yet. I'm out.
Furnish the basement. Bring the kids. They're fun. And just like have you guys over, have a meetup. I'm going to have a little bit of property to mess around on. Like if I decide to like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to pick up a bunch of logs from the guy down the block that's just giving away for free and then have him sit on the property for 2 years. It doesn't matter. If I want to build the band sawmill, it doesn't matter.
If you want to knock out a wall.
If I want to knock out a wall, it doesn't matter. There's genuine talks. And by talks, I mean, I have this idea in my head because let me paint you a picture. there's a house and then a garage butts up against it. Duh, right? Above the garage is an attic space that is not utilized at all. It's just part of the fake house look above the garage. It's just wasted space. Hopefully I can actually use it as an attic. If not, that same wall butts up on the second floor against what will be my office. So Dan got me thinking about this Murphy door, secret bookcase entrance. Maybe there's some idea floating around about I open that entrance and I'm in the attic space of the garage, and there's maybe, I don't know, like a ladder or something going into the shop, whatever it might be.
Make it out of MDF.
Well, I want to make it out of MDF. I'll use walnut like a regular human and then paint it white. But there's just like, there's ideas. And I had to really think outside the box, because you try to think of like, well, this is a dining room. It's going to be where the dining room table goes. And me and Emma were actually talking for a while, like, no, what if we just made the dining room, like we put doors on it and make it like a downstairs office? We need a shipping area. We need like a downstairs area, and we're going to have our offices upstairs. We're going to be working in this house. So we don't need to conform to like traditional rooms, you know? Dan, we have 2 living rooms. So like Nebraska light, you know, but super stoked for that. And just to have all these makers over, all these wonderful people that I met over the last year online, to have them over at the place, have a good time, and then just meet people again, man. Like you said, dude, the meetup, the best part about the meetup that we had was the fact that for the first time, and I can't remember how long, things just felt normal. You know, like we felt safe.
It was weird flying, being close to people.
Yeah, it was spaced out. It was safe. It was outside. We're all vaccinated, which is like a great thing. It just felt normal. And man, I freaking missed that. I didn't realize how much I missed talking to like-minded people face to face and joking around, and even being exhausted at the end of the day. I was like, damn, that was good. Like eating a good pizza from like a gas station. Like, damn, that was good.
Casey's.
I'm exhausted. I hate myself, but that was good. So anyways, that's my answer.
Cool. I just wanted to throw
Mike's
that
away.
in there.
Mike's away. Good. No, I like the topic, dude. I think we need to throw in topics more.
That's why I did it. Listen,
definitely my idea like
questions.
12 months ago, but whatever.
Your idea was topics.
No, it was a podcast.
Is that
Okay,
is that where you're gonna put your hat?
His idea was a podcast now.
No.
All right.
But I did push for topics, and then Mike, and I quote, "Ha!" He laughed.
This first question's from Jake Miller. He has this to say.
Always got something to say.
Hey guys, it's Jake Miller with ASI Shop Life on Instagram. So last summer I got a cherry tree for free. Had someone reach out to me on Facebook Marketplace, and they had this tree cut down and cut into firewood length. So long story short, I got a bunch of it and used it as an excuse to upgrade my bandsaw and resawed a bunch of it into 8/4. The tricky part now is, now that I'm finally to the point where I can use it, is what should I do with it? I really don't want to make a ton of cutting boards with it. Just wanted to see what ideas you guys had, or what you guys could come up with for something to do with it other than cutting boards. Just let me know. Thanks, guys.
Dan.
Jake, I think the obvious answer is hitting you in the face. You have to make swings or planks, whatever.
Swing seats, planks, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Tomato, potato.
Or actually, speaking of hitting you in the face, have you ever watched Dazed and Confused? Remember the paddle?
Yes or him? Yes.
Big brain.
Remember the paddles they had?
Stonks right there.
Make a senior smacking paddle.
That's Dunlap's advice. Attack the elderly. Pete, what about you?
Jake.
No, seniors in high school, not seniors.
Jacob.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, no, you don't. No, not seniors.
Hit the elderly with planks.
Oh
What Dunlap says, Jake.
Oh my god. Oh.
The Dunlap difference.
Mine would have like Medicare Part B on it. Anyways, Jake, I know for a fact you have a CNC now.
Yeah.
Carve them
Coasters.
suckers.
Oh,
Dude, well, yeah, you do. No, but that's you get a template for coasters. You don't do them in a
make a
CNC.
template, coaster template. Everyone needs that.
Here's the thing: you don't have to cut them to 8 quarter, whatever. Make them thinner. You don't have. You can even literally slab them up, let them dry, sticker them,
Make
just let them
veneers out of
dry,
'em.
and then just put like carve something, live, laugh, love, or put like I had the great
Eat,
idea
pray,
with the
trail
guys.
boss.
Yeah, you
Live,
could
laugh,
for
trail
trail
boss.
boss. Live, laugh, trail boss. You can do etched picture of Vin Diesel and a family below it. That's a big brain joke. Whatever. That was one of my ideas. But etch something in there. You can list that, and honestly, you can sell. And you'll have a stock, and you just say each log might be different. Blah blah blah. The other thing is, dude, those trays that I have sold like hotcakes for like a month and a half, and I got tired of making them. And you could just do that. Make some trays. Make some. If you want to be a baller, just use the good hardwood part of it. Make a bunch of like tool trays and put them inside your tool chest or something. Make small projects. We always think of like tables, benches, whatever. But what about like a small box, but like
Bottle
a heavy
openers.
duty wood? A what?
Bottle openers.
Bottle openers. Yeah. And if it's long enough, maybe, I don't know if you have like an ottoman or a couch, maybe put 3 of those suckers together in a nice C or U, depending on how you look at it. Make a little side table. Dan's got plans coming. No, he doesn't. But you got a CNC, throw all that wood in there, or make some small projects with it, man. There's so much potential. Wood is wood. At the end of the day, anything, firewood, man. Who cares? Smoke some meat with it. It's cherry.
Yes.
It's gold.
Cherry
Mike-
is the best to use for cooking.
Love cherry. Michaelton?
Did you throw it to me? Oh, I would say, I mean, really, you don't want to do cutting boards. I don't really. It's so tough. I mean, you could do like shop furniture stuff, I guess, but like you have the CNC, like Pete was saying. I honestly think you should just make cutting boards out of them and sell them on Etsy. Like make a listing on Etsy and just sell them.
Or could
shark boards. You could sell them to local. He's local to you, right, Dan?
No, he's in South Carolina or North
Oh
Carolina.
yeah.
Local to me.
Yeah, he's
Local-ish
local
to
Noah.
Pete.
Yeah, that. I mean, you could sell them. I really only think. I mean, that's literally the conversation I was having earlier. It's like floating shelves or like
Live
small
edge floating
things where you-
shelves. Those are
Yeah, those are big. Like offices want them and stuff nowadays. I get calls about those pretty regularly. I don't know, man. I would just do stuff for. I would make some cool thing that you're. I don't know if he's married. I believe Jake is married.
his wife is
and-
Charity.
Right.
Wait,
I
she
know he
got
has a
all the
CNC.
money that we collected?
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Dear God. Oh my god. I really think you could like do what Pete and I think Dan also said, just like Dan made some crazy joke. If you like make an Etsy listing and sell like custom boards out of them, there's not really a whole lot you could do with mini slabs. They're just so limited. If you really want to make money off them, if you don't really want to make money off them, just use them for shop furniture. It'll be really nice shop furniture stuff, and just keep them around for things. Pete
Wait.
looks like he has an idea.
I got another idea. I've actually
solved
had
it.
several people hit me up about this, and this actually might work really well because you could literally, these slabs would be book matched. I've had a lot of people reach out to me for rolling trays. Those of you that
Oh
are
yeah,
not
I'm actually
familiar,
thinking about making.
yeah, I have a design going for this CNC because a buddy of mine's been bugging me, where it's essentially for people to roll marijuana cigarettes in.
Jazz cigarettes.
Jazz cigarettes, but what I'm doing in mine is I'm insetting magnets on all corners of both of them.
Your face.
So basically it'll open up and you have the luxury of having them literally be book matched because it's off the same log and just sliced.
Ooh,
And you can,
fancy.
have a nice little book match piece. You close it up and from the side, it looks like a single part of the log, but it's a CNC book tray. You slap that sucker in there, you go back to doing whatever work you're doing. Just throwing it out there. Finger guns. Marijuana
Good.
cigarettes.
I like it. Miss marijuana cigarettes. We're really on the other side of this low from last week's episode.
I'm trying to get us to a high.
Oh man.
Man, none of us even smoke. We're not even cool enough to make these jokes.
I've had people reach out to me about them. I'm like, maybe I'll just make a listing about it. Didn't we have a question about this? Someone saying they wanted to make a separate store, so it's not necessarily affiliated with their main store.
That was
Did we-
me. I was literally me asking you that because I
Oh, was that you asking that? Oh,
I worked at the a fruit-based computer company where a lot of people are fueled by Jazz cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those people have been reaching out to me about Jazz cigarette trays.
You heard it here. Pete claims that most of Apple is fueled by weed.
Yeah. If whoever's
The
helping you at
AWP
Apple is not
podcast
high,
has
go
no
find someone that's
affiliation with
high.
Peter Kapar.
All right, next question is from Nick Brim. He owns a really nice stump.
Dangerous
Hey guys,
railing.
Nick Brim with Nick Brim Woodworking here. First of all, I'd like to say thanks for the awesome Midwest AWP meetup last weekend. Thanks for hosting, Dan. Pleasure meeting you, Mike and Pete.
Pleasure meeting you
And all
too.
the other makers around the area. It was a blast. My question is, recently IG released captions for stories. What is your guys' thoughts on using captions in your stories versus just a talking head or showing your workpiece?
Dan, thoughts?
My thoughts on any time a social media platform releases a new product, use said product because they are going to push that product in front of other people. I don't know if that would stand true for stories, but why not? It adds a little interest. So yes, use it. Mike?
Yeah, I would say use it. I actually downloaded an app that you can record and it does the captions.
Oh
for
yeah,
you.
I did that too. And then they released the.
Then yeah. So I actually I keep forgetting to do it. Like I want to do it to put it in my stories just for accessibility reasons for people. And sometimes people can't have the sound up, like they're laying in bed. And I like personally seeing the captions in people's stories. So I've been wanting to add them to mine. I need to remember to do it. So I would say definitely do it. It doesn't take away from your story. It just adds to it. So do it. If you can do things to add to it without, like sometimes you'll see just stickers all over, a story, and it's like, what is even happening? It looks like
I'll bet it leads to more people watching the full stories too instead of skipping
Yeah,
through.
I agree. I think it's an ad. I think you do it, Pete.
So yes, I agree. It's something I should be doing too, especially now that it's live. Because I'm one of those people. I consume that content like, late at night. Sometimes I'll just get in bed and I can't fall asleep yet. So I'm just like watching these stories. I can't really play anything at volume. So I appreciate those stories, but I would actually say go even beyond that. Something that I recently fell into this trap, and as I was responding to a question in a post that was in the video. So this was Jeff from Two Moose. He started putting captions in his reels, like he's just using the reels the way they're supposed to be, is to throw captions and things on the screen so that you can, like, even if you're not listening to it with sound. He asked a question right out of the gate on something he was doing. He was asking a question, and as I was typing the answer, I go, wow, I didn't even finish watching that post. I was already responding with like what my comment was. And like, I noticed it on some of the other posts, and I started throwing it on random things here or there, or stories, whatever. So people would try to respond or engage them a little more than just like a poll or yes and no, or ask me anything. It's a little different. So, and when it's a genuine question, not like what's your favorite glue? Or do you like walnut? We've talked about this before. But like, even in posts, throw some extra captions, throw something on that screen that might cause engagement, call to action. Because I definitely fell in that trap. And I'm a semi-professional influencer. So just, I'm just saying, I laughed too. Yeah, that's about it. Use it. I gotta start using it too.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah.
Let's jump into this next one from Sean Marks. This is from Sean Marks. Sean Marks.
What's going on, gentlemen? Sean, made with Marks on Instagram. So I've been getting a lot of requests recently that I've been building for people. I haven't been keeping track of them. I've just been telling people, pay me this much. I build it. I give it to them. Voila, job done. And I know I need to start an Etsy, and I've been procrastinating on that, and I'm still procrastinating on that. So my question is, like, in regard to outside of Etsy orders, how do you guys keep track of those? Do you have any software that you do those or keep track of those with, or you just kind of have a spreadsheet or a piece of paper or what? I'm rambling. It's been a long Friday, so looking forward to hearing the pre-show and podcast tonight because I need it. And yeah, so have a good night, guys.
Pete.
So last year, I've been tracking everything that I do for the entire year, every single sale, every single purchase, everything in a number spreadsheet that I have on my phone, I have on my computer, PC or Mac, whatever, it doesn't matter. I have it on both. And that's how I tracked everything. Last year got out of control because I was tracking every single Etsy sale, and my shop, luckily, I'm very blessed, it took off. It was great. It was a good holiday season, but putting in, dozens of sales a week in there, I would literally do like what the item was, name of the person I sold to, the amount, if it was a sale, cost, whatever. Like I have a fairly detailed sheet with only a few details, but it helps me stay organized. I do not do that this year. This year, I simply track the Etsy deposits every week, every Monday when it comes in or it goes out, and everything else that is non-Etsy goes onto that sheet. That means every trip to Home Depot, to Menards, to a flight to Dan, you laugh, but like the stuff
I was laughing at the Menards comment.
But stuff I bought at Menards is on my spreadsheet. I use my business credit card. Everything for the trip to Nebraska was a business expense technically for me because I went there to do a podcast with my homeboys, as the kids say. So yeah, I track all of it. I have a little number sheet. If you want, I could send it to you. You can easily convert it to an Excel sheet. And all I do is I just put stuff in the whole entire year. And when I go to my tax guy, I go to my column that's like sales, promotion, I give something away for free, or purchase, or tools, or whatever. I have different categories for things. And all I do is sort by that category. And then every sale, every purchase, everything is lined up there. And then I could probably set up some kind of algorithm or whatever that would track it all. But all I have to do is just like add the 10 or 20 or 50 items in that list, and I give it to my tax guy, and it makes it super easy. So that's how I track it. It's also how it helps me to see like, wait, I've seen this name before. They've bought from me a couple times. Maybe now I throw something in, and I can confirm that they bought something from me in the past. So that's how I do it. Mike?
I may have misunderstood what he was asking, but I thought he was asking like tracking orders to like keep up on top of them, right? Not for
That's what I
sale
thought.
issues.
I was expecting like how he's tracking his his orders coming in. Like that's how I track my orders outside of Etsy.
I think he meant like to like stay on top, like project management, not so much like
Sorry, I went with the financial part of it. So like that's how I track all my finances for them. I apologize. You can cut that.
It's all good, but you were wrong. Go on.
Cut
Mike.
that out 1 hour, 14 minutes.
Yeah, no. So I feel like this is an ongoing conversation on the podcast. People asking how we keep track of our projects. And last week we got asked about what apps do we use to run our business. So I think it kind of, so I'm like just on the precipice of going with an app called Jobber. And I keep talking myself out of it because it's $100 a month, but I really see the value in it. I'm to keep track of my jobs right now. I'm manually entering stuff on spreadsheets and in multiple places. And I'm probably spending 4 to 5 or 6 hours a month doing that. And that gets wiped out in 5 hours of work for the profit. The $100 does. I mean, it gets wiped out in like an hour and a half of work for my rate. So I'm starting to be like, yeah, I need to stop spending time on this. Like I'm working on like 6 projects with a vendor partner of mine that I work with a lot. And I had to make a spreadsheet to track the 7 projects we have right now today. And that alone took me 45 minutes. And, it's getting pretty close to the point where it's like, yeah, that would have all been entered one time already into my other list if I had everything compiled into one thing. So it's getting easier and easier to justify that money on that. So there's a lot of apps out there. I got an app brought to my attention today called Monday, and then
Monday.com.
Monday.com. And then Pete mentioned one, and I can't remember. It was like Choir.
Yep.
Yeah, Choir. There's a bunch of project management apps out there. There's a lot of like lower tech versions where it's essentially just a fancy spreadsheet, which is like what Monday seems to be. It looks like Monday seems to be a fancy spreadsheet. It's just in a different interface. You're entering all the information yourself, which is nothing wrong with that. You have to enter your information somehow. So I currently have a whiteboard in my shop where I have my big projects. I have an app on my phone called Things, where I have all my prospective jobs, and then those get moved to current jobs, and then those get moved to finished jobs, and then I have another folder for rejected jobs that didn't land. And I try to collect information when I don't land a job for why I didn't get it. So if they say I was too expensive or timelines or stuff like that, I try to keep that information for myself. So it's pretty low tech in terms of what I'm doing, but it's starting to get to the point now where I need to have a better solution. So that's my answer for where I'm at. That's also my answer for where I'm probably going to be heading. I've been talking about Jobber for like 2 months now, I think, and I think I just need to make myself do it. Dan, what about you?
I have a whiteboard. I have a wife who's basically, she acts as my secretary and she kind of keeps me on track. She's pretty great about that.
Gender roles much?
What?
Gender roles much?
She's more than welcome to come in the shop and run a saw. It's fine.
Wow. This all feels really offensive. I don't know.
Right?
Just joking.
And I have a spreadsheet for all the financial stuff. I keep it very simple. I don't use apps. I'm not an app guy. I don't know if you know this about me. I'm the math guy.
Not the app guy.
Not the app guy. Not the app guy. But I utilize my whiteboard quite a bit.
Yeah, for my whiteboard, and not to like double back, well, my whiteboard usually becomes like there's a spot on it where I have like my big jobs, and then I have this spot on my whiteboard where it has like all the priority work, and I actually map out my day. Like I map, like I'd be like, okay, so here's my jobs, and then I go, okay, this is priority. I almost number them, but I put them in order, and then I try to make a checklist where, because sometimes when you have these jobs, some of the operations, they overlap. So like, oh, I've got a bunch of table saw work, so I'm gonna do all the table saw work for all the jobs right now, and then I can do all the table saw work, and then okay, I got to do all the jointer work, and you're doing all these different operations for different things, and it's not like a ton of it, but I mean, there's a lot of overlap, and you can do all these different operations at the same time for these, especially for these smaller like Etsy orders and stuff.
I really should keep my whiteboard in my shop like you do, but right now it's just right here. You can see the corner of it right there.
You know what you can do? Buy two. They're like $9. So
come on now.
So yeah, I mean, one thing.
Yeah, sorry. I do that. No, I was going to say I do the same thing. I write down the big jobs, and then I'll write what I need to be doing that day or that week, and I find that keep track that way.
I think I'll never get rid of the whiteboard just because I get overwhelmed sometimes. Like I'll have so many, especially with Etsy, because sometimes Etsy will just go on a tear, and it's like, oh, there's 18 orders in there. Like what? And then you look at them, and if you actually break them up, and it's like, okay, there's actually 4 or 5 different things I'm actually really making. I'm just making multiples. So when you have multiples of these small items, it's really not that stressful. So what I have to do is when I break it down that way, it really takes away a lot of that stress. When I have like, okay, I'm actually only really making 5 different things. Just on a few of them, I'm making 4 or 5. So I don't think I'll ever get rid of the whiteboard because I really like seeing that. And I could really just grab a piece of paper and do a checklist, same thing. But I like having it across the room where I don't have to like keep running over, and it's hanging on my wall, vertical space. Yeah, you can just see it from across,
right in front of your face, always.
Yeah, it's just nice. I like having that whiteboard. So
see, for me, because I move between this desk and the shop so much, depending on which project I'm working on, this has actually been key. I just happen to have like a stack of index cards since probably college that's just been sitting in a drawer. Started using them, and I just make a to-do list every day and fill up the whole thing. And then at the end of the day or the next day, when I only have 2 items left or an item left or whatever, I move it onto a new to-do list at the top of the list. That's the next thing to do. And I try to knock out the rest. And in this, I'll actually like literally take a magnet and like stick it to the wall in a shop or even in the living room or whatever, wherever I'm working that day. So I stay on track of my to-do list. This is my to-do list for tomorrow. So that's another way to track it. Pen and paper, baby.
Does that start with wake up?
Wake me up. I can't wake
Before
up.
You go.
And then number 3 is save me.
wake me up, save me. So stupid. Let's end this one. Yeah, let's call it. This is a good one, huh?
Is that it for questions?
Yeah, that was just the 3. That's why I went into the topic that
very
Pete
nice.
came up with 1 year ago.
1 year ago
Pete has been the biggest. I can't even think of words. I'm so tired. Pete's been the biggest
proponent.
Proponent. Thank you for the word proponent. That's the one I was looking for.
I'm the words guy, the immigrant.
Well, you did watch Robin Hood Men in Tights, so your lexicon is huge.
Yeah. You don't know what I'm talking about. Was that in a pre-show or was that in a
Pre-show?
I don't even know.
The pre-show was all about Robin Hood movies.
When I came to this country at Ellis Island, they sit you down. They make you watch Robin Hood Man in Tights because, in fact, it uses every word in an English dictionary.
Hey, Blinken.
Hey, Blinken. Achoo. Bless you.
Achoo. Bless you.
It teaches you manners.
My father, a sneeze.
Teaches you about founding fathers.
Founding fathers.
About diversity.
Okay, let's call this. Hey, listen. This is really important. So stop interrupting. Big thank you to MIRKA for sponsoring this week's episode.
Yeah, MIRKA.
We love you guys. You guys are really great. So big thanks to MIRKA. Thanks for sponsoring the show. Thank you to our patrons. Thank you to everyone who listens. Thank you for everyone who gives us reviews. Thank you. Big, huge thank you to everyone who shares the show in your stories on Instagram, talks about it with your friends. That really, I think, sharing the show is the biggest thing that helps the show. So
even when they talk poorly?
Yeah. Putting us in front of people. I mean,
I appreciate it.
As RJ Hammy put it, meh.
Meh.
So I really just big thanks to everyone who supports us. We really appreciate you guys. And those of you who stick around and just keep showing us love, we just really appreciate it. You guys are so awesome. You guys are helping us do. Yeah, you guys are helping us do the thing we really do love making this podcast. So we probably would, I would say we'd definitely do the podcast if no one was listening. But because people do, it's really, really rewarding and the people get to enjoy it with us. So Pete, what are you going to say?
I was just going to say, if you want to help us grow too, one thing that we're getting closer to, but we're not really that close to, is monetization on YouTube. Just being able to monetize our channel. If you want to help us out, a lot of you guys have TVs in a shop. Instead of listening, and we love for you to listen, and then afterwards throw it up in the shop on a TV. If grandma's asleep on the couch, whatever, just pop it on the TV, mute it, doesn't matter. But yeah, if you want to help us out, first of all, subscribe on YouTube. We're on YouTube every week, and also just watch the lives there and watch the episodes there. So you can watch us, lean for no reason all the time.
We need a lot more subs over there for sure to get the monetization happen. But I mean, all the support you guys give us is great. But yeah, if you got a free TV, just throw the show up over there. Just things. No, but we really do appreciate it.
Maybe I make a playlist tonight, and you just pop it on and just knocks out all the episodes.
That's a good idea. We don't have.
I'll name the 1 through 60 season 1.
Make a season 1.
Yeah, we have no playlist. Season 1 playlist is every episode. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Let's get out of this thing. This ended up being a longer one than we planned. So big thank you, everyone. What?
I'm sorry. I just changed tabs back to YouTube on my other computer, and it's me just reviewing the jerky.
What?
From last week. Apparently it's playing on the TV.
It's still playing?
It's because it started playing it after we stopped. It was last week. So good. Such a good episode. If you have not seen that pre-show and the episode.
Mike, please wrap this up.
I'm trying to. Sorry. But guys, have a great week. Pete's going throwbacks to old ones. Everyone have a great week. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for everything you do. Love you long time. Bye.
Love you long time.
Bye.